So, what's up, daddies? I want to chat with you guys real quick. I have a few things that been on my mind, right? So, one of the things is relationships. I feel like it's tough to be in a relationship when two people are broken. And when I say broken, I mean, we all have childhood trauma, things that we haven't dealt with, maybe death when we was a kid, teenager, maybe it was anything that in your adult life it can affect you, right? Still. And when two people get together, especially I feel like in the black community, when two people get together, if we're not, nobody could be fully healed, right? But if we're not somewhat healed and we come together, I feel like it could hurt the relationship even more. Especially when you got two strong-headed people, man and woman, right? That can clash. It can clash, and I feel like it could be a big problem because that's the thing that causes toxicity. That's what it is. Two people are toxic, and then the relationship can be negative. It could be good somewhat, but when I feel like when you like get into an argument or something, that's when all the childhood, the kid, and all the messed up shit that you've been through in life, that's when it hit. Especially if you don't know how to talk to one another. I feel like when you get into a relationship, right, I feel like you and that person should sit down and talk about morals, talk about what you're not going to tolerate, talk about what you are going to tolerate, talk about the respect for one another, talk about your morals, your boundaries, everything. We as individuals, men and women, we don't do that. We just get into the relationship. We, start vibing. Next thing you know, years done went by and nobody sat down and said, hey, so let's have a talk. Let's have a talk about us. Let's have a talk about us as individuals. What are we gonna tolerate? Like I said, what are we not gonna tolerate? What are our morals? What's the respect level? Not that's not the word I'm looking for, but I'll say I guess the cutoff point of the respect. It's another word I'm looking for. I can't think of the word right now, but basically it has to be a respect level. Because when you get into an argument, all that childhood trauma and everything that you've been through in past relationships, whatever, that's when it comes out. That's when it truly comes out. And then people say some hurtful shit to each other. Men and women. We say hurtful things to our men. Men say hurtful things to their women, their wives, husband, whatever. And then we apologize, but then we continue to do it. When is it gonna stop? That's the thing. I feel like you don't always need therapy, right? If you know your issue, and most of us do know, let's be honest. But if you know your issue, then just fix it. Like, why can't we sit down, have some pizza and some wine and say, you know what, let's have a talk. Like a real talk. Some shit that you might not like what I say, some shit I might not like what you say, but let's have this conversation because it's deeper. It's deeper. It's always deeper. So I want to know what you guys think about this. We could do a lot of emotional damage to each other if you haven't already, depending on the time length you've been together, if you're married, if you're just in a relationship, a very, very, very long relationship, because people have been in relationships and not married. They've been in relationships for like 10, 15, 20 years and they're still not married, but that's still a commitment that you made. So I want to know what you guys think about this, because this is something serious. Again, especially in the Black community, when you have two people come together that's emotionally damaged. Damn, I had to say it slow. That's crazy. And then I'm thinking and talking at the same time. This is not planned, but it was just something I wanted to get off my chest. I wanted to know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. Be honest. And if you feel me, put #dad. And then write what you need to write. I really want to know your thoughts on this. All right, daddies? Thanks for tapping in. I am out. It is a beautiful day. I am about to head out and enjoy my day, but I just needed to get this out. So like, share, subscribe, leave your comment, and let's talk. Later.